You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the Fake Business News Network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Well, here's the thing. Bidenomics is indeed working when we say that you look at the data, right? Cost is going down, right? You think about inflation. When you think about wages going up, that is Bidenomics.
And Bidenomics is working. Today, the unemployment rate, okay, here's the evidence. Today, the unemployment rate is near the lowest it has been in over half a century in our country. Wages are up, and inflation has fallen 12 months in a row. Think about that. Since the president and I took office, we have created more than 13 million new jobs. That's more jobs created in 2.5 years than any administration has created in 4.
Boy, they just can't get to the truth on that 13 million, can they? They keep sticking with that. And if anybody goes and looks up the facts. Not true. Not true. Those aren't new jobs. You notice they're saying jobs. Now they're saying new jobs. Because the truth is, and they got caught, it's the first 10 million of the 13 million. Remember, these are people who had a job. COVID came. You had to shut your business down. Had to send everybody home. Then when they came back to work, those aren't new jobs, but they counted them as new jobs. And before Biden became president, of that 13 million, 10 million already went back to work. When he became president, 3 more million went back to work. He only gets credit for the $3 million, but that's not how they do it. They just lie. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment, but first let's talk about the market. The market went up nearly 500 points and gave it all back. I'm going to explain why in a second. And let me tell you, if you don't think yields and interest rates mean anything, well, they do. And that's why you got to watch these yields. The people that got hurt today when that market started to go up, nearly 400 points, more than 400, almost 500 points. The tourist investor jumped in left and right. They're the only ones buying on dips. The tourists, they don't know what the hell they're doing. And of course, the pros, they're not. The big institutions aren't. Who's going to pay these kind of valuations? But we'll get into that. But first, let's get back to the lying here. Unemployment is the lowest in a half century. Wait a minute. If you go back and do the unemployment before they brought in the what they call the birth death metric system, it wouldn't even be close to the lowest in a half century. Remember what happened? Kennedy's father with Greenspan, going all the way back then, they changed the metric system for the BLS, how they count jobs, so that they can tweak the jobs up or down as they need them. That formula gave the power to tweaking the jobs in the White House. So before any number comes out on that Friday, every Friday we get that number, they can tweak it any way they want. And because of this death metric system. In other words, they birth jobs when they want to birth them to make it higher. And if they don't want inflation, then what they do is cut jobs. I mean, it's crazy, but that's the system. And they also don't count millions of discouraged workers. So we have, I think it's 1.2 million, something like that, discouraged workers. They don't work. They're unemployed. They don't count them as unemployed. So that's a whole bunch of nonsense. Next thing they say, the wages are up, inflation's fallen for 12 months in a row. Wait a minute. Not true. Wages since Biden became president has dropped 3.2% to where we are now at 4.4%. So wages are down. But there's a problem with the 4.4%. As they were going, as these wages hit 4.4% after coming down 3.2%, prices increased 16%, which brings us to the point the CPI is a bunch of nonsense. Don't even pay attention to it. The CPI is a joke. To say, oh, wow, look at that, the CPI today. Inflation dropped in 1 year from last July to this July, 0.1%. What am I supposed to do? So a family who makes $55,000, were they doing cartwheels today when they go shopping? What are you, nuts? This is just crazy stuff that's going on. So, and here's another thing that they don't want to talk about. How it's Bidenomics. Remember when Biden told us there's not going to be any taxes if you make under $400,000? Listen to this. This is another lie.
Biden's spending all this money, man. My taxes are going to go up. Unless you make more than $400,000 a year. Your federal taxes aren't going to go up a single penny.
That's a lie. Go check out his budget. The federal budget for 2024. Going up $4.5 trillion. Going up $4.5 trillion. So that's a gross tax increase. That's the truth. Look it up. Look it up. That's his bill. That's his budget. They just can't tell the truth. The other problem is overregulation. Kills our small businesses. And our small businesses, remember, that's what builds our country is small businesses. I mean, we have 31 million small businesses. You look around your town, your city, all these little small businesses. That's how we grow, because they're the ones that create the jobs. They create 65% of all the jobs, and they're good jobs. These small businesses. But they've been trying to kill small businesses, first under the Obama, Biden presidency, and now Biden, because they want to kill small businesses, because small businesses are entrepreneurial. And if you're going to have AOC is dreaming of a socialist nation, you've got to get rid of that middle class. You've got to get rid of them. So what you have is everybody's poor. That's why they're leaving the borders open, so they can bring all these people in, so they have more poor than middle class, and then everybody's depending on the government, and they do whatever the government says, and they'll vote for that kind of government. And that's what they're doing. They think they bring everybody in over the border. They're poor. They'll give them all kinds of handouts, and when they vote, they're going to vote Democrat. And that's what's going on. So, and these over-regulations are terrible for businesses. Do you know that right now, in the past, when Obama put in a budget for regulating small businesses, $490 billion. That's how much the small businesses had to pay because of his regulations. $490 billion. That's over 10 years. Biden just put in over 10 years $1.5 trillion to overregulate the small business. That costs you and I, the taxpayer, $2 trillion a year. It's unbelievable. We'll be back with a lot more.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. The feds have raised interest rates again, and AI is the topic of the day. No matter what the financial headlines are, be a successful investor with Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. Take advantage of the free 10-day trial for the Working Investor Program. Phil Grandy has put together the tools you need to understand the stock market, with full access to the Phil's Gang website and access to Phil's Pro 2 color-coded charting software. Know with confidence when to buy, sell, and short a stock. Members also have access to Coffee Talk. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern, Phil Grandy talks about what's happening on Wall Street that day. Want to be a better investor? Then take advantage of the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. You'll find many more features and tools for the working investor. After the trial, it's just $59.95 a month for membership. Invest with the best. Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, We recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
I've never been more optimistic in my whole career than I am today about America's prospects.
Wow. I don't think the folks are. We got record high credit card balances, record low savings, record number of retirees have to go back to work, record 54% or 3 out of 5 full-time have part-time jobs now as well as their full-time. Record 48% of workers can't cover their basics, their needs at home, food and so forth. As of July, we still have 7 million people falling behind on their auto payments. We got people falling behind on their rent, mortgage payment. Matter of fact, the people falling behind on their mortgage payments doubled. And healthcare payments, they're behind. And behind on, of course, student loans. And bankruptcies under Biden has increased. Personal bankruptcies, 23% increase just in the first 6 months of this year. That's unbelievable. And then you have these businesses who are, filing and people filing, Chapter 11. That's up 63%. Small business bankruptcies and commercial bankruptcies, commercial buildings and so forth are in trouble right now. The small business bankruptcies are up 111% in the first 6 months. And commercial bankruptcies, apartment complexes, shopping centers, strip malls, they're handing the keys in up 80%. So he's pretty proud of all this, I guess. He's pretty proud of all this. So today they came out with a CPI. What a joke. So they're celebrating that since last July to this July, inflation dropped 0.1%. I bet you're doing cartwheels over that. Imagine being excited about that. So the average family between, let's say the husband makes an average about 54 grand a year, and the wife works part-time, or he works part-time, pick up another 24 grand. They're not doing cartwheels. They're not doing cartwheels. And the market this morning, right, went up nearly 500 points. 500 points this morning. But it gave it most of all back by 130. Almost went negative. Almost negative. Because, see, what people don't understand, we have a situation right now that we have high valuations, high inflation, high yields, that means bank loans very high, high regulations, and we have all these defaults. That's why we went up nearly 485 points. Then we pulled back to we're only up 39 points, and now they're trying to push it back up. We're at 100 points, 105 points. You can't do that. See, here's the problem. The big institutions, the hedge funds, pension funds, 401k funds, the biggest banks, the insurance companies, they're not going to pay these kind of valuations. The S&P right now, historically, it's been around, you'd pay a forward PE ratio going forward in the market. You're willing to pay 17, or that's about, you'd pay, for every $1 of earnings, you'd pay $17. But you're certainly not going to pay $20 for every $1 of earnings. So they're on a strike. They're not buying. So that's why, if you wonder why did the market go up nearly 500 points, then came back to where right now it's only up 66, because you're missing the big guy. You're missing the institutions. When the institution lays back and they don't buy, it's over. And they're not going to buy. Why would they? Not only are the valuations outrageous, but they also know that when you have 10-year treasury yields, where the banks now, they have to pay 5% for money instead of 1%, they understand what that means. There's going to be big failures. A lot of small businesses are going to go out. They're cutting the oxygen to small businesses. So they understand that. So they're not buying dips. They're not going to buy into this nonsense. Are you kidding me? So they're sitting here telling us today how things were terrific. We had this 1/10 drop. That's insane. That's insane. And they keep telling us how inflation's 4.7 now. It was 4.8, now it's 4.7. That makes no sense, because when you look at it, since Biden became president, remember, our wages have dropped. In spite of what they're saying, wages dropped by 3.2%. Now at 4.4%, the wages. At the same time, we hit 4.4%. Prices have gone up 16. So that means your true inflation, numbers about almost 12%. That's what real inflation is, about 12%. And that makes sense. And you know that. If you go shopping, you know that. And the other thing, too, remember, when they do these CPIs, they leave everything out. Everything that we use, they leave out, for heaven's sakes. I mean, they don't include food. They don't include energy, any kind of energy, air conditioning, oil, heating oil. They don't consider any of that. No energy, no food. Automobile, they don't consider automobile as an expense, or anything to maintain the auto, especially gasoline, which is a killer. If you put gasoline in there, oh no, they keep gasoline out. They don't want that in there. Oh my God, keep that out of there. And rent, they don't include rent. They don't include health insurance. They don't include car insurance. They don't include hardly anything. So it's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. You know that when you go shopping. Just still look at, I know prices have come down. I get that. Prices have come down. But not far enough. Not for the majority of Main Street, who makes, between the husband and the wife, say $70,000 a year. It's not enough. I mean, it's just crazy. So what's the market going to do? I'll let you know when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So I showed my gang members, they put up a chart today, and also if you go to my site, Instagram or YouTube, where I have what we call these short segments, I point out and showed you how if you take each sector, take tech, take the banks, and then you put oil, the only sector that's really doing well is oil. Oil's still going up. And it's amazing to watch these tourist traders, that we call them tourists. They don't know what they're doing. They're still buying the dips. They're still in there buying tech stocks. Are you kidding me? Or oil stocks. We started to buy oil stocks in, was it June? I think it was June. In June, we started to buy oil stocks in June and July, and our oil stocks did fantastic. Our oil stocks are up, let's say on average, about 20%. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made 20%, but what I'm telling you is my color-coded chart that's available to my gang, if they followed it properly, it went up 20%, and they could have got a big chunk of that. You don't have to get a big chunk. When it turns green, it's not important to get all 20%. If you just get 5% every month, 5%, you know how much of a return that is at the end of the year? I mean, it's like huge. You never get that kind of return on anything else. And all you're looking for is just a nice steady drip. And the only way that happens if you know how to buy a stock, then turn around and sell a stock short. And I'm going to prove it to you. If you take our oil stocks, I'm going to put one up now if you're following me on my YouTube channel or on Rumble or Apple or Facebook. I'm going to put up for you my Schlumberger, one of my oils. And you can see on my Pro 2 color-coded chart here, see how it was all red. It was all red. In fact, if you went back to May of 2023, it was at that point around $45. And then it stayed red, and it was even red when it got back up to around $48. It didn't turn green. It didn't turn green until we were at about 48.88, and that was in June of June 2023. So from if you take from May of 2023 to June of 2023, it was all red, and even while the stock was going up, it's red. And that's what's important. If it's going up and it's red, it's telling you if you get in while it's going up, when it's red, that's when you can get hurt, because there's not enough money going in, not enough institutional money going in. So you could buy one day, and you buy a stock one day at, let's say, $45. Next day you're at 48. You think you're doing good. You wake up the next morning, it's down to 38. Well, this chart won't let that happen to you, because it will identify for you that if you're buying and it's green, it'll identify for you that institutions are pulling their money out. Institutions are so critical to this market. They're the ones who buy stocks. I mean, and that was what happened this morning when the market went up on the opening, and it was so stupid. I said, are you kidding me? People were excited about over a year's time, inflation dropped 0.1%. They're insane. Gasoline's still going up. Well, as I said, who came in and did all the buying? The tourists. And when the tourists came in, they moved up, but they couldn't hold it. The only way they could hold it, about almost 500 points, if the institutions came in. But they're not buying because, as I told you earlier, the valuations are way too high. The valuations are crazy. You can't be buying the S&P at a PE ratio of 20. That's insane. You're going to lose money. So, but now we're getting to the point that oil is still leading, but boy, do we have some nice shorts. In other words, take, for example, let's take Apple, or let's take Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft's a great example. Everybody was buying Microsoft. Microsoft. I mean, you can't lose with Microsoft. Well, of course you couldn't lose because remember what the yields were since 2012. The 10-year Treasury yield was at 1.6, and the 3-month Treasury was at 1/10. So let's say from 2012 to 2022, the average yield was, let's say, 1%. The big institutions are going to buy like crazy. But what people don't understand today, they're not buying. And this market's going to collapse. But it's going to take a little bit for the big institutions to get their clients out first. So they're supporting the market right now till they get those clients out. But oil, take SLB. We bought Schlumberger at around, in June 28th, we bought that around $48. And today it's around $58. That's a 20% return. Now, this is the only group that's still going up. Money's still coming in. And that's why I'm so, I like these charts so much because it's still green. It's giving me confidence. But I would not be jumping in here today buying these Schlumberger. Wait till you get about a 5% pullback. We had also about a 20% return on MRO. Also our Halliburton, Baker. But these are all getting set up to sell short. And just like the tech stocks. Now, if you look at the tech stocks that we bought Apple. Okay, we bought Apple back in back in March of 2023, right here, March, that day right there. I think it was March 16th. We got in around $152. And then we took most of our profits out when it was around $196. That was about a 29% return. But now we're just getting ready to short it. But guess what? It just turned red today. So now it's already dropped from 192 to where it was yesterday, about, let's say yesterday was around 177. But we didn't short it. Because why? It stayed green, because that could tell us it could go back up. But now it's just turning red. Just turning red and set up beautiful for a short. So that's what's nice about the chart. So now this is Microsoft, or Apple is the stock. The revenues are negative, that nobody cared. But the tourists are going to still stay in here trying to buy this on the dip. That's what they did. I showed my chart going back to Enron. The Enron days. They did the same thing. They kept buying on the dip, until finally, boom, everything broke. And that's what's going to happen here. So you should be getting, again, we bought the oil stocks when they were low. We're still in them now. We'll get ready to short them. But the tech stocks we already bought, we're already shorting them. And that's the beautiful thing. We caught them on the upside. Now we're going to catch them on the downside. And so, and it wasn't, and also the bank stocks. Now, the bank stocks are going to get absolutely crushed. We bought the bank stocks, like our Goldman Sachs. We bought J.P. Morgan. We did great with J.P. Morgan. But we're going to get ready to short J.P. Morgan. In fact, J.P. Morgan, when we bought J.P. Morgan, we had, let's see, what was it? J.P. Morgan. We got in J.P. Morgan right around, here it is, right here. We got in J.P. Morgan was right around $139. And then we took most of our profits up here right around 157. So that was a nice 13% return. So now it's still green, but we're not buying anymore. We just have a few shares on it, and we're just waiting for it to turn red. That's the only way you're going to make money in this business. And you also got to learn about the yields. We'll talk about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership in the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What, are you nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. The yields are still inverted. Yields inverted in February 2020. Yields also inverted, remember, in October. After the market dropped, we talked about that October. That's going to be it. We're going to keep rallying off October. That's inverted. And then we have this rally from October 2022 to where we are today, up about 20%, and it's inverted. And we have incredible high yields. I mean, this is terrible. I mean, can you imagine the banks? There's no way they can make money lending. They just can't make money unless you want to pay a tremendous amount of money. If you want to pay 10% for a loan, for a business loan, but businesses are going out left and right. The biggest problem of having a 3-month treasury at 5.4% rather than 1/10 of 1%, okay, like it was in 2012, or 1.6% like it was in February 2020, that's when you really can grow an economy. That's when you're putting a lot of oxygen into these small businesses. And small business, that's the small existing business and the startup business. That's what this country's about. That's what it's all about. Now, when you're investing in stocks, what you need to know is when you see yields climb to 5% on a 3-month treasury, you know businesses, it's the backbone of our economy, are going to collapse. They're going to collapse. So why would you buy a stock instead of sell short? So you got these people in there today, these tourists, buying stocks based on inflation went down 1/10 over a year's time. Can you imagine? And they're sitting there and they lost money because we went from about 485. Where are we now? We're about, where are we here? We're about 27. 27. Imagine how much money they lost today because they don't know what they're doing. Who in their right mind would think the market went up 485 points this morning based on 1/10 drop in inflation? And remember, most of the goods that we need, that we use, they don't count. They don't count those as costs. They don't put it in their formula so to keep things low so they can screw the people on Social Security so they can give a cost of living raise. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't believe me, you just believe the yields. They never lie. I never seen the market so set up to crash as it is now. And I know people are questioning, well, it's not coming down, Phil. It's not. Oh, it will. Let J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, let those boys get out all of their unions, the police unions, the nurses unions, the maintenance unions, any union you could think of, steelworkers unions. They got to get them out. But once they're out, they're going to stop supporting the market. As I told you, they printed and put $15 trillion into the tech stocks, the 7 magnificent stocks. Actually, they only did 2 of the 7, Apple and Microsoft. That's what's holding the market up when you got a 3-month yield at 5.4%. And always think of, when it's a 3-month yield, what does that do? What's that? Small business. Always think in your head, small business, small business, small business. Without small business, we go back to the Stone Age. Now you take the 10-year at 4%. What is that? Always think of that. What's that? Real estate. That's all we do is real estate. And the biggest part of the problem now is nobody's going to be buying homes because the first home buyers is the most important home buyer, not the guy who buys $1 million home, because we need the first-time home buyer because he ladders up. He ladders up to the next home and the next home. He keeps spending money. Well, he's dead. He's gone. So I told you about oil in June. Remember? Here's what I said to you on the air right here. You know, gang, I've been in the oil business, and I can tell you from my experience that once oil drops around 35%, the shorts will come in and start buying. So 35 to 40% is always that turnaround. So I think the same thing's going to happen. So we should start buying oil. Now, oil is around $68, and I got a belief that it's going to go up to 100. So I said that on June. We started to buy oil. Most of our oil stocks are giving us a return of about 20%. But now we're getting ready. We've got to be very careful because there's no demand for oil. Demand is getting worse and worse and worse because China, where there's tremendous demand because of their factories are all shut down. There's no demand there. India, there's hardly any demand there. Here in the United States, there's no demand because the economy's getting worse and worse, and we're in a manufacturing recession right now. So keep your eye on those, because those could turn to shorts pretty quick. See, that's the thing. You got to learn to get in early when nobody wants the stock. That's what we teach you here at Phil's Gang, how to do that. And we got a chart that gives you that confidence to do it. Because when it turns green, it's right. Just like the 10-year Treasury yield. When I bought Schlumberger, okay, and I look and it's green, then I go look at the 10-year Treasury yield, and it was at 1.6, I think it was. And then I look at the 3-month Treasury yield, which was like 1/10. This is great. Because the only one place the market's going to go is up. So my green, and on my Pro 2 chart, that coordinated with the treasuries. You know, inflation is not very difficult to understand, okay? We're in this mess because Washington spends more money than it takes in. And when it spends that money, the economy, gets in trouble with these deficits. And deficits have to be paid. And if you don't pay these deficits, you're really screwed. So how do you pay the deficits? You got to print money. That causes inflation to go up. Now you've got to raise rates again. It's silly. It goes around and around and around. That's why any president and any Congress, okay, who runs deficits, they keep spending more than they take in, and now they got to pay the deficit, and they got to print money to pay the deficit. That makes inflation go up. So now you got to raise rates again to fight that inflation. It just keeps going around in a cycle until the whole economy just cracks. And that's where we are right now. Because, see, they didn't care. Our Congress didn't care. The interest rates would go from 1/10 to 4%. They don't care because they're making a fortune in tech stocks. Pelosi is making a fortune buying and selling tech stocks. Everyone between 2012 and 2022 making a fortune buying tech stocks because all they thought about every day, the Federal Reserve, we got to keep these 3-month and 10-year treasuries so low that the tech stocks will keep going up. So the guys in Congress can make money. The guys in Wall Street can make money. But that's over now. It's out of their control now. So if you're still buying stocks, I wouldn't even buy oil stocks right now. You'll be getting in too late. You got to prepare for a correction. And we're going to get first about 8-9%. Then it's going to rally up about 5%. And then we'll get the full crash, probably 40-50% or more, because now they're not going to hold the market up. So go to my site, philsgang.com, and it says get started, click on that, and for 10 days you're going to learn how to maneuver the market. You're going to understand how to look at yields, understand how they work, so before you buy a stock, you always look at the yield, and that yield will tell you, is it going to go up or down? And then look at my color-coded chart, which coordinates with the yield. And then okay, the yield looks good here. It's at 1/10 of 1% instead of 5, so it should go up. Oh, and the chart is just turned green. So you get great confidence. But where you need the confidence is shorting. And my color-coded chart will give you that confidence and the yield again. Anybody who's been in this business long enough will tell you, with the 3-month Treasury at 5.4% and a 10-year Treasury at 4%, there's only one way this market can go, is down. The only way it can go up if they decide to do QE all over again, and you're going to be paying $500 for a loaf of bread. Join my gang tonight, and we have fun at it. Help the Jews, please. Don't St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.